Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 9. No, sorry, round 8. And we race today at Suzuka and the Japanese Grand Prix with only 12 drivers racing today, but hopefully we'll still have an entertaining race. It's going to be a qualifying session followed by a 9-lap sprint and then 27 laps of real proper racing. Ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. Okay, so we will have, as I said earlier, 27 laps of real racing and the 9 laps of a sprint race, which will determine the grid for the then 27 lap race, with this first qualifying session determining who starts where in the 9 lap sprint race. So yeah, let's get it. Drivers are readying up as we now head to Japan for round 8 of season 2 here in GFRL Racing League. Also make sure to join our Discord if you haven't already. A link should be in the Twitch bio. Only 12 drivers will be racing today. A record low in a very long time, but hopefully we'll still see some very good racing around these very tight corners of Suzuka. Ah, fuck. Alright, let's get it. Mihai has already retired from the session, making him which means that he's going to start last in this upcoming race, as we now see Lewis Van Twist heading out of the pit lane onto this main straight before a very tricky Sector 1 segment. If we can get... Alright, good. So yeah, definitely will be entertaining in the actual race later on, as the 12 drivers here on these very difficult and raging Suzuka corners. And we'll see who can claim that top spot of the podium at the end of the stream. Here we have QRT Lars, the Netherlands winner, and also the latest race winner here in GeForce Racing League, heading in to this very tricky hairpin, and you need to nail the exit here to get a good launch ahead out onto this so-called spoon section. We'll ride a longboard with him on his outlap, as we see QRT Lars going down into 6th gear here, then up on the curb a little bit, not too much because then your car will be sent around and then up on the curbs and then out on this very long straight. Without DRS though, but it's still a very long straight. Down into 130R, boom, flat out before you head into this little chicane where Nicholas Latifi absolutely caught it at the Japanese Grand Prix in real life in 2022. At least now, Curity activates the DRS and he's going to cross the line. There it is. Timing has started for him. Heading down into turn 1. Long straight here with a very hard braking zone. Now up into turn 1. Takes the curb, lovely there. Fourth gear out on this very short straight before yet another turn there, and now up here as well. Lots of curbs in this sector 1, which you'll have to be aware of to not spin. As someone has spun, and it is Thiak. Thiak has spun around in the spoon section, I think. I'm not sure. Either way, he has spun around and he has crashed out of the session. He's out and he will start last. Lars, though, still on his lap, setting a purple sector 1 into the hairpin. His biggest rival today will be Felix 1, most likely, as both of them are esports affiliated. Either way, Lars into the spoon section. Going up a little bit on the grass, very minimal touch on the curb, and then yet again up on the curb, heading down the straights. Full speed, the raging Scuderia Ferrari will try and get up on the top step of the podium to help improve their current P5. Currently, I think they're P5 in the Constructors' Championship as it stands, but you never know what could happen today at Suzuka as Van Twist sets a 130.703, but that is quickly cancelled out by QRT Lars as he sets a 129.211. The Scuderia Ferrari taking provisional pole as it stands. With Ruby heading over the line in and setting a... Oh, wow! As I predicted earlier, Felix 1 has set a lap time of 129.013, putting him in P1. And Gabri has crossed the line to set a 130.294, putting him provisionally in P3 in the Mercedes. With Wojtek heading over the line to start his lap now, will ride alongside the Alfa Romeo as all of the drivers head in to this very tricky and curvy section. You have to be very careful on the throttle to not spin your car around and possibly cause carnage, as Blackberry goes P3, a 130.095, as you could also see Ewig there, kind of messing up his lap, going very tightly on the track limits. But yeah, Blackberry currently P3, great stuff by the Red Bull to come out ahead as it stands right now, ahead of the rival Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, just to name a few. Ewig heading down the spoon section, down or up into 8th gear, sorry. As there's yellow flags, a Red Bull has spun around. I'm not sure who it is at the moment, but one has spun around. Yellow flags in sector 1. And yeah, that's also Charlie retiring. Seems like he crashed out. The responsible Red Bull for the crash out. Either way, Wojtek into this very tricky chicane. Has to rotate the wheel quickly to not lose any time or traction. Heading out on the straight, he does a 130.582, putting him P5 just above his teammate Ruby. That's all drivers almost, as only Ultimate Beast and Felix, GFRL Felix are yet to set a lap. With still 11 minutes roughly remaining in the session, as Felix is out on an outlap. Soon getting ready to push his car to the absolute limit and try to show to the other drivers that he is fast and can put himself up on pole position as well. Okay, interesting strategy there from the Williams, going up on the grass. But Felix heading now into the chicane, very soonly now starting his lap, and there he goes. No, now he goes full throttle, starting his lap, activating DRS down the straight, the only DRS you can use throughout the entire lap here at Suzuka. With Felix heading down into turn 1. Let's see what he could possibly do. I see up on the turn there. Yet again, a lot of curb, which you need to use here. As usual, which will incur a lot of tire wear on these cars. Oh, shit. Boom. Okay, so Felix heading into this is it. Oh wow, yep, you can see it on the track limits section there. His lap gets invalidated as he went a little bit too much over the curbs, which means this lap will not be put on the leaderboard for the Williams of Felix. So as it stands right now, Felix won. Oh wow, as you can see, Lars there on his outlap has gone up into the gravel. Wow, the P2 man has gone into the gravel. But it's still Felix 1 leading this qualifying session with a lap time of 1:29.013, with Lars closest behind, roughly 2 times behind. But what could Lars do? Could he possibly threaten Felix now? Could he threaten for that provisional pole position? As he soon pulls away to start his lap. There he goes. Oh, wow. Huge moment for Lars when trying to go full throttle, which will definitely lose him a significant amount of time on his lap. This could possibly ruin his chances of getting pole position as we follow along. He goes up on the curb here. The curbs, he has to really find that sweet spot in a grip for these cars to perform to the absolute limits here at the well-acclaimed Suzuka circuit. Heading, oh, you could see it almost, a little bit of change in the track, or a huge change in car balance as he went too much on the curbs, making his car spin around. And that is the Ferrari's qualifying lap over, although he's still in the session, but this lap time will not be a good one by QRT Lars, as yellow flags all over the map somehow. Not anymore. Okay, let's see. The reigning champion, Ultimate Beast. What could he possibly finesse out of this qualifying session? Could he put himself on provisional pole? He heads out on his lap now, activating the DRS now. Oh wow, sorry, he goes P3 now for Ultimate Beast, outperforming his teammate of Gabri, the reigning champion in P3, as we see Lars now going to make a second shot at. What could he do? Down in second gear, will he pit or not? I think, yep, he's gonna pit. Lars is gonna pit and change onto a new compound and refuel his car, as that was a Red Bull very neatly giving the space. Let's see Gabri. Nope. Ewig, what could he do on an invalidated lap? Same for Ruby. Twist also on a lap, invalidated lap. No, wait. No, okay. Let's spectate the other McLaren, Louis Van Twist, as he gets into turn 1 on a lap time that will count, as we have a beautiful camera angle here for this turn 1 section. Now heading out here, the number 26 on the McLaren is looking very shiny today, as Louis Van Twist in P8 currently, looking to improve his position and possibly outperform one of the 2 Alfa Romeos ahead of him in this qualifying session. His first sector 1 lap time is quicker by 0.04 of a second compared to his previous lap, as we now head in to this hairpin. Goes down into second gear. Now full throttle already in the middle of the corner, indicating that he has some type of traction control activated, or if not, he has absurd traction. Either way, down into 8th gear now for him, or up, sorry, now into 6th gear, up on the curb a little bit. Now once again, curbs a lot. Now just a long straight before a very challenging 130 hard corner, where we have seen a lot of magical overtakes happen, especially Fernando Alonso's overtake on Michael Schumacher back in the early 2000s. Louis Van Twisto, after this chicane, up into 6th gear now, activating the DRS. This deploy has been used, and he goes P5. Great stuff by the Dutch McLaren driver, putting himself P5 right above Gabri, the Mercedes. Oh wow, with Eweg now looking to put up yet another lap, activating the DRS. You can see it here. Lots of focus going in on a quali lap with minimal mistakes. If you want to be high up on that leaderboard, the Alfa Romeo showing extreme. Oh, the commentator's curse. I was just about to say he had extreme car control, but the Alfa Romeo flies into the wall as Eweg cannot keep his car on the racing line. As yep, his lap time will not be any good. Gabri's lap time though, oh wow. Okay, Gabri heading into turn 1 now to set his first, or to possibly improve his qualifying lap. The other Mercedes, with Ruben Twist in between him and his teammate, the reigning champion, Ultimate Beast, as Blackberry has also gone faster, 129.584 from the Red Bull of Blackberry, as Felix is also out on his out lap. But firstly, we'll spectate Gabri and see what he could pull off in the Mercedes. Violently going up on the curbs, but although it's all within track limits, the FIA say, as Gabri now accelerating, gaining up on the what's it called? Gearing up, switching the gears now up into 8th gear, heading in to this very tricky section where a small mistake could send you off and possibly put you into the walls, or at least into the gravel. But he nails it. Now down this very long straight before 130R, 8th gear, reaching a top speed of 312 kilometers per hour. Now into this very hard-braking chicane. Then into 2nd gear. Now on the exit up into 3rd gear, 4th, 5th, and then activating the DRS. Going over the line, it is P5 for him, a 130.225 for the Mercedes. As Felix crosses the line, no, starts his lap now. The provisional pole sitter of Felix 1 looking to improve his lap as he accelerates out of this corner. Very hard racing, or very harsh on the curbs, sorry, from Felix 1, as you still have to keep it within the boundaries of the track. But Felix, wow, such car control shown by the McLaren driver as he just keeps his car so well aligned within the curbs and of his liking, his steering of the car. Just beautiful to see. As Lars is also looking to improve, although he's later on in the lap. Could Lars possibly threaten Felix, although Felix has improved compared to his last Sector 1 lap time. Heading now into this section. Soon before heading out on the straight, where Gabri's top speed was 312 kilometers per hour. What could Felix do? Seems like it's going to be a little bit slower. No, it was actually kind of the same. 410 kph. As Felix into this very tricky chicane, where we've seen lots of drivers fail over the years, activating the DRS and improving his lap to 128.766. The McLaren driver showing superiority as he takes P1 as it stands. But could Lars, the raging Scuderia Ferrari behind him, could he possibly take pole position ahead of the sprint race we're going to have? And then we'll see what could possibly unveil or unfold in the feature race, as we call it, the 27 laps, where lots of points are handed out. So yeah, Lars Now, soon about to start his lap. There we go. Lars. Now, Ultimate Beast has retired. Has crashed out and has retired. He will not do anything better than P5. In his lap, we'll ride along with the Scuderia Ferrari as he goes on to complete his lap, and he's very much looking to snatch that pole position from Felix, as a little bit of oversteer seems like has occurred in turn 2, but right now his car control is superior. Very nice turning here by the Ferrari. Incredible amount of grip. It is smashed into these tires, and all the tire pressures have been lined down to absolute perfection by the engineers over the race weekend. As now goes right up on that track limit, the checkered flag has fallen in Suzuka in this qualifying session. He has a McLaren ahead of him, which could possibly disturb him or help him. Lars with a massive moment, almost spinning his car around. Could that lose him those valuable tenths of a second that a driver needs to get up on pole position? Only time will tell us as Lars goes over the track. But it seems like he goes over the track limits, but it seems like he stays out of trouble now. And Lars has spun around, and that is the Ferrari driver's lap in ruins, and his qualifying session in ruins as well, as he can only do. Peter, let's follow along with Blackberry. The Red Bull looking to improve, possibly snatch that P2 spot away from Lars, as not a good performance at all from the Scuderia Ferrari in this qualifying session. But Black, it's actually improving on his lap time. As Lars spins one more time. He couldn't resist in the Scuderia Ferrari. Blackberry in this chicane, gearing up a lot, activating the DRS and crossing the line. He does not snatch P2 away from QRT Lars. That is almost all drivers over the line, as Blasted Ink will just have to cross the line. Same for Lars. Boom, that's qualifying done. P1 goes to P1 goes to NRL, fuck it, Felix 1. P2 goes to QRT Lars. P3 goes to Blackberry Hall. P4 goes to Itsuibi, the Spaniard in the Alfa Romeo, showing very good signs here at the early stages of the race weekend. Ultimate Beast, the reigning champion in P5, crashed out on his final qualifying lap. B.S. Gabri, the Italian in the Mercedes, in P6, right behind his teammate. Louis Van Twist, P7, the other McLaren, looking to show better results in the upcoming sprint race. Eweg in P8, the Alfa Romeo driver, spinning on one of his laps. Felix, disappointing session from the Williams, but could he possibly improve in the sprint race? Blasted Ink, the Haas in P10, also looking to improve, with Charlie, Mihai and Thiak, all of them crashing out as we now get ready for the upcoming sprint race, where the drivers will battle it out for 9 laps, determining where they're going to start for this upcoming 27 lap race. Alright, formation lap is now in action as the drivers get ready to battle out for 9 laps, determining where they will start for this upcoming feature race. But yeah, we'll get ready. Alright, the drivers are, let's see, tires. Everyone is on mediums and will most likely um, complete this race on the medium tire compound. With Lars, you can see his absolute, definitely getting his tires warmed up with the raging Blackberry behind in the Red Bull, looking to possibly get up on that pole position for tomorrow's race, or at least get on the podium for this race. But we'll see what will happen today at Suzuka, which can definitely bring a lot of surprises as Felix is heading into the chicane, soon getting it ready to line up the 13 drivers on the grid, and then when the 5 red lights are out, drivers can start accelerating as, oh wow, Felix spins on the formation lap. Lovely stuff by the McLaren, but he will still be in P1. Now Lars will have the inside into turn 1, which can possibly provide him and aid him a lot with trying to get past before turn 1. Felix also lining up on the grid, all 13 drivers lining up on the grid as Stickboy is the last one to line up on that grid. Boom. Right? Warming up the tires one final bit before heading down into 0 kph and activating the clutch. Here we go. Soon the 5 red lights are going to be out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. 0 red lights, and we are now underway. Felix gets a decent start. Lars gets an even better start. I think Blackberry might even had a good start. But yeah, Blackberry is passed into turn 1. What can happen to turn 1? Lars defends his position off Blackberry in P2. Someone has spun around. Blasted Ink has spun around, sending him down the grid. Ruby trying to finesse a move. What a move by Ruby into turn 1. Lovely stuff by the Alfa Romeo to put himself up with Charlie spinning around. The Red Bull has spun around. But what a move by It's Ruby to get past Blackberry in a very neat way, putting himself up into P3. Very great showing by the Alfa Romeo so far on lap 1, with Felix actually starting to gain a bit of an advantage. 1 second now, the gap between him and QRT Lars. With, ooh, what happened there with Blackberry? Seems like he lost his grip a little bit, heading out on the corner exit. Eweg and Thea, no, who was it? I don't know. Either way, Ultimate Beast is up into P4. Lovely stuff by the reigning champion to get up into that position after a pretty bad qualifying session. Sector 2 as Charlie has retired. As, yep, he brings out the safety car as well. Or the virtual safety car, I should say. Which will require the drivers to all go over a certain delta. And if they go under it, they will get penalized. So yeah, a very good lap, first lap so far, with the biggest gainer being Thiak, gaining 5 positions. The AlphaTauri has done an amazing job after starting from the last grid slot to now be up into P8 and get at least some points after sprint race. So yeah, we'll get ready soon. When the green flags come out, overtaking will be allowed again, and we can see some more action. As the closest pair so far is Gabri and Mihai. Mihai in the Alpine. Looking to, I think he actually lost quite a few positions off the start. But yeah, we'll get ready soon. When the green flags come out, we'll get racing. Ultimate Beast looking to chase down. Yep, there are the green flags. Drivers are now allowed to overtake once again, with the reigning champion of Ultimate Beast looking to chase down Ruby. But could Ruby fend off the Alfa Romeo, who's done an amazing start so far? Ultimate Beast using ERS and getting past the Alfa Romeo relatively easy, but could the Alfa Romeo choose to fight against him later on in the 7 lap, or of these 7 laps that are remaining so far? We'll see as he goes up into 8th gear. It's Ruby with Ultimate Beast heading into 130R. Going up a little bit on that curb. Oh wow, Lars has actually gained a lot on Felix. He has caught Felix napping on the safety car restart, looking to chase down chase him down as DRS has now been enabled. Drive next lap. But Lars will head down into turn 1, not being able to make a move. But Eweg gets past his teammate as Ruby is dropping a lot. I don't know what has happened to him. But either way, Eweg is up into P6 with all drivers behind Ruby earlier now overtaking him as Ruby is down into P8. But Ruby could send it around the outside of Thiak. No. Thiak closes the door with Ruby not having enough grip to go for a move. But Ruby still behind. Oh! Uses a lot of the gravel, and that will certainly lose him at least a few tenths of a second. And possibly incurring some damage to his underfloor. As yeah, the action has kind of taken a toll right now, but no, actually not. Ruby is going to try and look to go for a move of the yak, heading into this very tricky spoon section, activating the ERS, and he will have the slipstream of the Alpha Tauri ahead. The Spaniard, who had such a great start, has somehow lost 5 positions on the safety car restart. Oh, and that is Thiak spinning around. The Alpha Tauri has spun around, but he will be in P11, still ahead of Blasted Ink. The Alpha Tauri spinning right ahead of Ruby, as Ruby can just easily cruise past and go up into P7. As Felix sets the fastest lap with Lars dropping behind now. Seems like both drivers have been using lots of ERS. Now Eweg with DRS, can he line up a move on Louis Van Twist? Only 5 laps remaining in this sprint race. Eweg into turn 1. No, we cannot do anything. But he's still chasing after the McLaren of Louis Van Twist. With Mihai still waiting and looking to pounce on that P7 position of Ruby's. As it seems like his car was sliding a little bit, as that is Felix, the Swede in the Williams, losing his car, spinning around and going down into P11. It seems like Mihai has a certain instability in his car, which made him lose a few times while trying to gain a few times on Ruby. But Eweg heading down the spoon section, it looks like he's gaining at least a little bit of time on the McLaren ahead, but he cannot have DRS until the start-finish straight. Eweg though, chasing down, still doing whatever he can. As Thiak, what happened? I don't know what happened with him, but either way, Eweg down into 130R. He will have the slipstream, and seems like Louis Van Twist is letting him past. Louis Van Twist, once the DRS mind games have been played by the McLaren of Louis Van Twist, as Louis activates DRS and has ERS, but I don't think he can line up a move yet on Eweg. Seems like Eweg was too far ahead, and Louis Van Twist just gave up the position, and returning nothing. Not good by Louis Van Twist. Oh, yeah, you could see it. Wow, Blackberry has spun around. The lad in P4 has spun around, and this puts Eweg up into P4. Wow, you could see it there for a short, brief moment. The Blackberry the Red Bull of Blackberry spinning around and making him lose a few positions, with Louis Van Twist getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings already. With the I'm pretty sure retiring it in the pit lane, yep. So yeah, chaos, or the action has started to calm down a little bit, or has it? It seems like there's quite a huge train actually here between PS Gabri and the newly spun Blackberry Hall, with Gabri looking to gain as Ruby goes off the track there. So yeah, great sprint race so far, with lots of stuff happening all over the grid. Ultimate Beast currently in P3, the reigning champion looking comfortable as he's in no man's land. 5 seconds between him and Lars. Oh wait, talking about Lars, he has gained a lot on Felix 1. But into turn 1 he cannot make a move. He's too far back, but he'll try and make a move in the upcoming S section, the also famous section on Suzuka, where we've seen lots of incredible overtakes happen over the years, as Blackberry finesses a move past Louis Van Twist to get up into P5. The Red Bull spun around earlier, is now looking to redeem himself as he gains the position up into P5. Lars, though, seems like he will not be able to do a move on the McLaren ahead with only 3 laps remaining, and he has very minimal ERS left to use. The Scuderia Ferrari, currently P2. Oh wow, the safety car is out. What happened? Sorry, I wasn't looking for a brief moment. I'm not sure what's happened. Oh, Felix must have spun around and lost his front wing. As the safety car is being called out, it is a full safety car. Wow. So the grid will bunch up, but it will have to go away soon as well, because the rules state that we need at least 2 racing laps before the end. As Lars, oh wow, looking to catch out Felix. So yeah, all drivers will stack up, and then we'll have green flags shortly out again. And yeah, will definitely be interesting to see what happens as Louis Van Twist is boxing. He will go on to a soft set of tires. The McLaren go with a bit of an alternate strategy, but he will still be ahead, I think, of Blasted Ink. Yeah, Blasted Ink is boxing as well. So yeah, Louis Van Twist boxing. Brave strategy by the McLaren, and a brave strategy by the Haas to go and box now during the safety car. But we'll see if it's gonna help the McLaren or not. We'll see. He didn't have much to lose, the McLaren of Louis Van Twist. So yeah, we'll see what happens now, as lots of drivers have now queued up behind the safety car, all of them being hungry and wanting to gain positions as soon as possible, but that cannot happen until we get the green flag confirmation by the on-track stewards, and then we'll have only 2 laps of racing, it will seem, by or where overtakes are going to happen, most likely. But no DRS will be available to aid the drivers. Why is there? Here, so the safety car is being called in this lap. As we all thought, safety car is coming in this lap. Felix 1 will dictate the pace, and when he crosses the start-finish line, the green flags will come out, and drivers can overtake after that. So yeah, we'll get ready. As Felix 1 is trying to catch someone napping. Felix now pulling away. The McLaren has pulled away, and it seems like he may have caught Lars napping as now green flags are out on track. Eway, the Alfa Romeo looking to fend off possible threats by Blackberry. No. But now we'll see what's going to happen with the gamble that McLaren made as, ooh, he goes straight up at the inside of Mihai. Great stuff by Wouter. Ooh, but he does send Mihai out on the curbs, which then, as an effect of that, sending Mihai into the barriers. Not great stuff by the Alpine as he has spun around. After it seemed like he had a big loss of grip after the safety car restart, maybe his tires was cold or something, I'm not sure. But QRT Lars trying to chase down Felix 1 to get that pole position for the upcoming 27 lap race. Can the Ferrari pull something out of the textbook to try and get the position on Felix 1, who has led all laps of racing so far this weekend, with Ultimate Beast trying to chase down QRT Lars. But Ewig, on the other hand, is going to try and what's it called? Fend off the Red Bull of Blackberry behind. But if the Alfa Romeo gets P4, it would be some great points added on to the Alfa Romeo tally, as they definitely need those points to try and stay in their current Constructors' Championship position. So down the straight, Blackberry using ERS, but he cannot pull out and complete a move on Eweg yet, as there was a jump scare. So yeah, we'll get ready soon. After this lap, this is the this is the final lap of racing that will determine where the drivers start for the upcoming 27 lap race. Louis Van Twist looking to go for a move on Gabri. Can he finesse a move on the Mercedes? No, is the answer, as he already has a 3-second penalty. Oh, the Mercedes going off track a little bit. Louis Van Twist looking to go for a move as, he pushes. It seems like he pushes, and that is Blasted Ink going up 2 positions. Lovely awareness by the Haas, but he spins around. Not any good awareness, as he also resets the track. That will be a penalty later on. But yeah, Gabri's it seemed like thanks to Wouter as he spins around. Lars will not be able to threat Felix 1 unless Felix somehow spins in these coming corners, but that will not happen. I'm pretty this is a big fight between Eweg and Blackberry. Blackberry looking to go for a move on the inside of the chicane. Blackberry makes contact with Eweg, and that is the teammate of Eweg. It's Ruby going up for the move, and that is Eweg and Ruby crossing the line, P4, P5 respectively for them, as Blackberry gets P6, Gabri P7, Ruvan Twist P8, Blasting P9, and Felix will get P10, with Felix 1 winning the sprint race, getting 8 points already onto the McLaren tally, with the Scuderia Ferrari man of Curti Lars in P2, and the reigning champion Ultimate Beast in P3. Great sprint race, lots of exciting battles all over the place. But yeah, we will have a very entertaining race. Alright, so let us sit then for this 9-lap sprint race, with Felix 1 showing dominance already, showing signs of dominance as he wins and leads all 9 laps of the sprint race. Will a policy? Alright, formation lap now. Before the drivers head out. As Felix 1 starting the... Yeah, we'll see the tire compounds for everyone. Okay. Yep. Felix 1 and QRT Lars starting on hards, with all drivers, or all of the drivers, starting on mediums. Brave strategy by the front row sitters, as Felix won with a dominant performance in the first race. Now looking to gain even more in the second race, where the most points are handed out. And could we see Felix 1 stand on that top step of the podium and gain those well-acclaimed 25 points? Only time will tell, as we will go racing for 27 laps the Suzuka International Circuit here in Japan. Also make sure, if you haven't already, to join the Discord server of GFRL. We'll hope to see you in the server soon if you haven't already joined. So yeah, now Felix heading onto the grid, with there seeming to be quite a big gap between all drivers, some being disqualified and getting automatically sent to the grid. So yeah, soon we will see the 5 lights head out for the 27 laps of racing, with Felix 1 lining up on the grid. What could the man in the McLaren 2 from P1, could Lars, possibly the Ferrari behind, threaten him? We'll only see as 27 laps of racing will start soon. Oof. You can feel the excitement here in the Suzuka paddock, as now all drivers have lined up. Felix taking a quick look on how Lars lined up. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the red lights are now out. Drivers are allowed now to overtake each other, and such lovely start by Lars, but it doesn't seem like he can do much as... Wait, what? Ultimate Beast into P1 at turn 1. Wow, lovely stuff by the reigning champion as he's moved up into P1 on the medium set of tires. Eweg in P4, still with Ruby in P5. Blackberry losing a lot of positions as he's gone off onto the gravel. Sorry for my little bit delay there in turn 1, but Blackberry losing lots of positions. And oh, Blasted Ink spinning around. The Haas car has spun around and he has now gone down to P13. Not good stuff by the Haas car, but one that has done an amazing first lap is Ultimate Beast, the Mercedes driver and the reigning champion, putting himself up into P1 on that medium set of compound. With Lars in P3 now, not good stuff by the McLaren driver or Ferrari driver, and the McLaren driver of Felix 1 has gone down into P2, with Eweg and Ruby still staying in their original positions, with Gabri gaining a few. Same for Mihai, who had a very bad sprint race but is now redeeming himself. So yeah, very dramatic first lap with a lead change already on lap 1. Oh wow, Lars taking all of the track. Oh, sorry. It's the Ultimate Beast in the Mercedes. I'm sure the Mercedes team principal will be happy right now, as Ultimate Beast leads us out onto the second lap of racing. Ultimate Beast has now finally led a lap again after him and QRT Lars battling it out in Zandvoort. So yeah, Ultimate Beast, great stuff shown by the Mercedes driver so far. But there's still plenty of racing, of course. 25 laps until we all get set and the checkered flag will fall, with the race results tally being announced later on, as that is Charlie spinning around. The Red Bull server has not had a great day at the office in all 3 sessions, as yeah, he spins around once again. I'm pretty sure he's going to retire soon enough. The Red Bull server not having a great showing today at Suzuka, but Ultimate Beast has had a very good showing. The Mercedes driver, although he's kind of being chased by the McLaren behind. Could McLaren finesse a move, ride alongside with Felix 1 into 130R and this very tricky chicane? Could Felix, although he has less more grip as it stands right now, could he possibly line up a move on the straight? Or will other drivers have a chance? Ultimate Beast makes a little bit of a mistake, it seems. Felix 1 accelerating fully, not activating into the DRS yet, but he sets the fastest lap of the day so far. But Lars is actually looking to go for a move on the McLaren driver. Oh, Up the inside. Oh, very brave move by Lars, but he couldn't get the move to stick. With the grip levels not being there right now on lap 3. With Blackberry in the pit lane. Pitting as Charlie has spun around yet again, losing a piece of his front wing. Not a great day at all from Charlie, but Felix 1 will try and chase down Ultimate Beast, the reigning champion in P1, who has led 3 laps now. Very great showing by Ultimate Beast, looking to regain and trying to secure what he did last season. As yellow flags are out, that is Charlie, who has spun around yet again. So we'll now get heading down the straight. Felix 1 has the slipstream on Ultimate Beast. He pulls out to the side, and Felix 1 gets up into P1 even before 130R, and has now gained the position. But Ultimate Beast looking to fight back, but he cannot do much. The Mercedes driver being limited to do anything to try and fend off the McLaren of NLR Felix 1, as Felix now back up into P1 where he started the race, with Lars actually gaining the position on Beast with DRS and all. He goes up into P2, and now it's a sprint race all over again with Lars looking to chase down Felix 1. But can he get a move done, or will Felix 1 be supreme and stand on the top step of the podium here in Japan? As Charlie is in the pit, figuring I'm pretty sure he's going to retire anytime soon. But Lars, with ERS, trying to chase down Felix 1 into the hairpin, but as we heard him say earlier, Lars didn't have much to offer against the supreme pace of Felix 1, as he said he had much lower wings, which means he will be faster on the straight, but in Sector 1 and Sector 2 he will not have as much speed. Alright, Lars. Activating DRS, heading out on this big straight, pulling out to the side. Can he go for a move on Felix 1 into turn 1? Lars gets the move done and is comfortably ahead of Felix 1. The Scuderia Ferrari now taking that P1 spot, but Felix still hungry behind, looking to chase down the Ferrari. But great showing right now by Lars, getting up into P1. Oh, that was Charlie being parked. The Red Bull retiring from the session. See, on lap 5 we have yet another lead change, as Lars is now leading this Japanese Grand Prix, with there already on lap 5 have been 3 race leaders with Felix, Ultimate Beast, and now Lars leading the race at one point. As Felix has gotten the move done on Blasted, as I think Blasted had some sort of incident or accident and he has spun around. But yeah, Felix won down the straight. Lars has more downforce, which means that he will be faster on the straight. But then with DRS there's not much he could say against Felix, who will now confirm will have DRS, as he now activated, trying to get the overtake done on Lars. Felix 1 with DRS. Lars pulls out a little bit of weaving on the straight, but it is within the rules, as Felix now still behind the Ferrari of... Oh wow, what's happened here? Ruby, no, Eweg. What? Eweg must have spun around or something, as Ruby's now up into P4 somehow. I don't know how that happened, but Eweg must have spun. So yeah, Felix Wando still chasing after Ultimate Beast, looking to gain the position on the Scuderia Ferrari head. Are on hards. The only drivers on hards except for Blackberry and some others. Blackberry, Theac and GFL Felix are also all on hards. So currently, Lars, Lars in the lead with Felix one close behind. Both drivers using the absolute or going up on the absolute limit of the track with 21 laps of the racing remaining. Oh, yellow flags as someone has spun around. I'm sorry for not paying attention. I've gotten spam pinged earlier. Um, but Felix won though, still trying to chase down. This could be a very good battle. Oh, as Lars has a bit of a moment. A sudden loss of grip, which will seem Felix almost going for a move, as Blackberry has crashed out, it seems. Oh, and Lars also spinning. The Scuderia Ferrari has true Ferrari luck, as Lars spins around. 3, with the safety car being called out now. Oh my, the Scuderia Ferrari losing positions down into P3, and not great by the Ferrari driver. So yeah, Lars spinning around earlier, but it didn't cause the safety car. It was Blackberry and Blasted Ink causing the safety car. As Lars dives into the pits, so does Ultimate Beast. The Mercedes driver heading quickly into the pits, so does the Ferrari man of Lars, switching on to a medium set of compound. Oh wow! As he goes into Ruby, but Ruby is also boxing and changing his tires onto the hard set. The Alfa Romeo was had a pretty good race so far, up into P4, looking to chase down for a podium position, with all drivers almost boxing, with Blackberry leaving the session. So yeah, Felix is the only one who hasn't boxed so far, with all drivers having boxed on this lap. So yeah, as we wait for the drivers to line up, I'll have a quick break. So yeah, you can enjoy the beautiful scenery here at Suzuka. Meanwhile, we wait for all drivers to catch up to the safety car. And then we also wait for the green flags to come out. Entertaining race so far, but the safety car was inevitable at a track like Suzuka, where crashes happen so easily. Only a small bit on the throttle too much and you can get sent straight into the barriers. Okay, safety car heading in this lap as Felix 1 will dictate the pace on this lap. Oh gosh, I'm feeling sick. So yeah, Felix will determine when the green flags are going to be out, and then we can see some overtaking action. As Lars, yep, now he pulls away. Green flags are out, and Lars already on the restart gets ultimate beast into P1, or into turn 1, with Lars heading up into P2. Great stuff by the Scuderia Ferrari driver who spun earlier. Louis Van Twist, though, with a very cheeky move on the inside of Ruby. What could Ruby do to possibly fend him off? He cannot do anything as Louis Van Twist. What a move by the other McLaren driver, also chasing after a podium. To possibly make it a successful weekend with McLaren, for McLaren, with them possibly getting a double podium. Oh, Lars, right on the back of Felix 1, with 2 tenths only separating the two drivers, with 17 laps remaining. All is up to play for as Diak has spun around yet again, but Lars gets the lead once again. The Scuderia Ferrari driver pulling out ahead and is now fully ahead of Felix 1, with Lars up into P1. The Scuderia Ferrari driver has regained his lead and will look to try and finish with that lead on lap 27 when the checkered flag is out, and we'll see who will stand on that top step of the podium, with Mihai in the pit lane, possibly changing his front wing. Yep, seems like there was an incident between him and Diak, with Diak getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. You can see Lars, it feels like he's another person, or another driver now, on this medium set, with him having much more grip now compared to other drivers such as Felix 1, who still has yet to box, and when he boxes he will probably lose quite a few positions, as the drivers are still pretty rallied up, with only 9 drivers though still in this race. Lars being the only one on mediums except for Mihai in P9, and Felix is also going to have to change to either a medium compound or a soft compound. Ugh. As DRS has been enabled, Louis Van Twist pulling out to the side, with Ruby gaining the position relatively easy. Ruby now back into P4. The Spaniard has actually had a very good race so far, but still 15 laps remaining as almost half the race has been completed. So lots of action to happen as the safety car is out yet again with Mihai spinning around. I think, I'm not sure. Lars is still in the lead as he waits, or as we wait, for the safety car to catch up. Ooh, Lars participating in some tomfoolery as he tries to lure some drivers into the pit lanes, where Felix is one boxing and now changing his tires onto the medium compound. Putting him in P. He's going to come out in P7. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, P7. It is going to be P7 for the McLaren driver. McLaren, sorry. What has happened here? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, Felix has been disqualified. I don't know what was going on there, but he is off at least. Now only 8 drivers remaining with 14 laps still yet to race. Alright, green flags, we're under. We're racing again with Lars still in the lead. Comfortable lead over Ultimate Beast in P2 as Ruby has now, of course, moved up into P3 with uh, Felix won boxing earlier on. The Spaniard looking to get a podium once again. He got one earlier on, I think in Zandvoort it was. I'm not sure. But a great showing so far by the Spaniard with Ultimate Beast trying to chase down the leading Scuderia Ferrari of Flu and Twist looking to go for a move. Almost went for a move at least, almost at or on Ruby with Gabri also chasing down, but he has to fend off the hungry Felix 1 behind. With Felix making a move on the Mercedes driver and going for it, completing the move. Did he do it? Gabri and him are very tight, but yep, Felix 1 has done it, and he's up into P5. Lovely stuff by the McLaren driver, finessing a move up into P5 as his teammate Lou Twist releases him past. Felix 1 is now up into P4. Great stuff by the McLaren driver on this restart to gain all those positions. Now looking to chase down the Alfa Romeo of Ruby. Trying to crash the Alfa Romeo party that's going on. And he will certainly do so on this straight, as with ERS goes past easily and into turn 1 he'll be past him, yeah, even before turn 1. Felix is completely past and now is up into P3, having to chase down the reigning champion of Ultimate Beast before he can take on QRT Lars. And Felix will have 5 laps fresher medium tires compared to QRT Lars. So yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting ending to this race, and it will be a very hard fought fight on who can be and get the Japanese Grand Prix trophy and get 25 points added to their tally and their team's tally. So yeah, only 8 drivers remaining, but still lots of great fighting happening all over the grid with QRT Lars still in a comfortable lead, and Felix will most likely get the move done on Ultimate Beast on this straight with ERS and the slipstream of Ultimate Beast. Felix cannot go for a move yet, but into the chicane he could possibly line up a move. Yep, he can, and on the outside in the chicane he does not complete the move, but he will definitely have a better exit, and with DRS he can easily cruise past the reigning champion of Ultimate Beast. No DRS activated, sorry. Thought it was, but Felix with ERS though, he can go for a move on the inside, and he goes up into P2. Ultimate Beast behind cannot do much to try and fend him off, as now it's QRT Lars versus Felix once again, although Felix has 2.4 seconds to catch up until him and Lars are equal on on seconds. So yeah, very entertaining to see how this race is going to end with only 10 laps remaining. All is up for grabs. As Felix 1 has completed the move and Ultimate Beast is already dropping back almost 2 seconds. So yeah, probably going to be an easy podium for Ultimate Beast, but he will probably have either Louis Van Twist or it's Ruby chasing him down, or at least attempting to chase him down. But it's very hard to chase Ultimate Beast. The reigning champion, proving why he is the reigning champion multiple times this season, with having multiple podiums, and of course all those race wins, those record-setting and record-breaking race wins last season. So it's Ruby goes for move on the inside of 130R. Great bravery shown by Ruby, but he cannot get the move done on Louis Van Twist. Very hard racing, but Ruby is still behind in P5, and now he will also have to worry about the Mercedes behind of Gabri, with Louis Van Twist actually having a DRS, but it doesn't seem like it matters too much, as Ruby tries to go for a move on the inside, cannot go complete the move. Neither can Gabri do it on uh, Ruby, but Ruby's still chasing Louis Van Twist, as he seems like he had a little bit of a moment on those hards. Still 2 seconds separating QRT Lars and Felix, but Felix suddenly gaining on the Ferrari driver ahead. Alright, it's Ruby though, still chasing after Louis Van Twist, but he has Gabri behind, and he actually closer uh, the gap between him and Gabri than it is between Ruby and Louis Van Twist. With Felix slowly but steady gaining on the Ferrari head, and the Ferrari head is also on much more worn tires, as Ruby now finally completes the move on Louis Van Twist, and Louis Van Twist, oh wow, I thought he was going to send the Mercedes behind, spinning, but no, Ruby still in P4. Great showing by the Alfa Romeo, now looking to chase down, although there's a big gap between him and Ultimate Beast. Ultimate Beast currently just driving his own race. 4 seconds between him and Felix 1, and 4 seconds between him and Ruby. So yeah, he's just doing his race kind of alone. So yeah, 8 laps remaining. This the lap ticker is currently starting to tick down, as we soon will have only 1 lap of racing. With Felix actually gaining a lot on the Ferrari this lap. Felix will most likely get a move done before the end of the race, but the question is if he can stay in P1 after he's made the move, or if he can even make the move in the first place. Or will Lars spin like he did earlier? Only time will tell, as we now head out on lap 20 out of 27. 7 laps remaining, with the McLaren looking to chase down Lars. But can it be enough? We'll see, as Felix into this section has more grip, certainly has more grip than Lars ahead, and Lars maybe will actually have to box later on, as I don't know if his mediums will hold out for the 7 laps that are remaining. If he does, it's going to be very close to the puncture call. But yeah, Felix now only actually less than a second, only 0.5 seconds being in the gap between him and Lars. Felix can definitely smell that P1 spot right now, with the Lars having to now do elbows out to try and fend off the hungry Felix behind in the McLaren. With the McLaren now gaining and gaining, has a slipstream, but he cannot make the move so far, or at least not now. This goes down into 5th gear. Yep, he cannot make the move, but he can still look to make a move in the 130R or on the start-finish straight. With him activating the ERS, he has the slipstream, but cannot go for a move into 130R, and he can also not go for a move into the chicane. He will though, he will have the DRS out on the start-finish straight, and he's going to activate it now, and ERS. Lars will have a very hard time trying to fend off the McLaren, but can he actually do it successfully? Lars takes the inside line, and he actually does fend off Felix 1. Great defending by Lars, as now pretty sure Felix won't go for a move in this S section without it making it dangerous for all drivers involved. So Ultimate Beast is boxing actually. This puts Ruby up into P3. Wow, I didn't expect Ultimate Beast to box. Must have gotten damage or something. But Ruby up into P3, looking to get another podium. Hold up, Be right back. As yeah, Felix won. Looking to try and get the P1 spot. Lars has been leading for a very long time and very many laps, but now Felix is trying to snatch that away from him. Leuven Twist the only one with a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, what can Felix do on this start-finish race? Lars has actually done surprisingly well to fend him off, and Ruby should definitely not get his performance underrated. A great showing by the Alfa Romeo, trying to get his second consecutive podium in a row, as that is Lars diving into the pit lane, and this will certainly mean that Felix will get the race victory here at Suzuka, as Lars puts on a soft set of tires, as that is also Ewig going for a move on the inside. Wow, great stuff by Ewig, but yeah, he completes the move fully on Louis Van Twist with Ruby currently P2. Great showing by the Alfa Romeo, and BS Gabri as well in P3, but he's going to be chased down by Ewig, who will try to make it a double podium for Alfa Romeo, their first one ever, if they manage to complete it. But also, Curti Lars will be looking to get a move done before the end of the race, but I'm pretty sure it's almost mission impossible for him to get the lead with 21 seconds separating him and Felix 1. In 5 laps, it would be an absolute miracle for him to get the win. But he is faster, we know that, and on the red tire compound, he can have more grip, and it's only 5 laps remaining. So yeah, anything could happen. So Mihai also diving into the pit lane, changing onto a soft tire compound. So Ewig, only 4 tenths now separating him and BS Gabri, with both of them being on the same old tire compounds. But yep, still lots to chase for the Alfa Romeo of Ewig, possibly looking to get a double podium, which would put them, I think they will be the first team actually, and to get a double podium, except for Mercedes, of course. So yeah, history could be made today if Ewig gets the move done on... Oh wait, Ewig though is also going to be chased down by Lars on softs. Seems like Lars could crash the party today. Ultimate Beast is kind of 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Lars straight up on the back. Lars now pulling out and getting the move done on Ewig. He's now up into P4, crushing the party uh, for Alfa Romeo, as Lars also gets the move done on Gabri. Lovely stuff by Lars, which he just shows that he has much more grip compared to the other drivers. 2 laps remaining, as Lars will have to complete a miracle to try and get the win today. But the least he could do is P2. Oh, as he now has a 3-second time penalty that could not work out in favor of him, as he could actually be demoted down further down the grid. But Lars though still chasing down Ruby, and I'm pretty sure he will get the position relatively easy on Ruby. But it will be a matter of what Lars can do to try and pull away from him, to try and keep that P2 spot. With Felix though still in the lead. Comfortable lead, 15 seconds between him and Ruby. Dominance by Felix won today, as he went pole in qualifying, then got the won the sprint race, and will now most likely win this feature race. Great showing all weekend by Felix, the McLaren driver, getting McLaren maybe their first win ever. I'm not sure. No, I think Louis Van Twist got them their first win, but it's still another win for McLaren, which would definitely make some happy faces over at the McLaren garage. But now Lars will get the move done on Ruby, and we'll see if he can possibly pull away 3 seconds for him to keep that P2 spot. DRS activated, ERS activated, slipstream as well, more compound or more grip, less tire wear, and that is an easy move for the Ferrari. As yeah, the Ferrari is now back up into P2. He will not catch Felix one most likely, unless Felix spins or something like that, but I doubt that he will. Now he will have to try and get a 3-second gap between him and Ruby for him to keep P2. Otherwise, Ruby could get P2 and get another consecutive podium in a row, which would be absolutely amazing for the Spaniard in the Alfa Romeo. But Lars, yeah, great stuff by him. Although it wasn't, his strategy may have not been the greatest today, but he's still shown an amazing grit to keep on going, and will most likely finish P2, adding another podium to his tally and another podium for Ferrari, which will be great points for the Ferrari team, as they will most likely jump over Red Bull, or I don't know who it was, yeah, Red Bull probably, who's ahead of them. So yeah, now we head out on the last lap. Felix won, still in a comfortable lead, with Lars looking to try and gain 3 seconds on Ruby. Ruby knows that he can possibly get a P2 spot here. But the Alfa Romeo Sauber will have to try and push to the absolute limit to get a win today, or to get the second spot of the podium. As yeah, he has a safe gap between him and Gabri, but Ruby will most likely get P3 as Lars is pulling away. 2 seconds now the gap. Ruby, if he pushes enough, he could possibly get P2. 9 tenths now. Separating the pair. 8 tenths. Oh, this is going to be an absolute right on the line. Or will it? Lars now. 2.8 seconds separating them. 2.8 still 2.9. Oh, it could be 3 seconds. This will go down to the absolute finish line. But more importantly, Felix won. Will get the win for McLaren. He crosses the line. He has asserted dominance today at Suzuka, and he wins the race for McLaren. Great stuff by Felix won, with Lars Will he get P2? The answer is yes, as Ruby is too far behind. But Ruby still getting a consecutive podium once again, getting P3. Great stuff by Ruby. Gabri getting P4. The McLaren or Mercedes driver also showing a very good result. Louis Van Twist P6, Mihai P7, and Ultimate Beast will get P8. Great race today. Felix won, asserting dominance at Suzuka. And will he do it in the upcoming rounds as well? I'm not sure. Lars getting P2 in the Ferrari. Kind of a disappointing race after leading so many laps, but he will still get some great points for the Scuderia Ferrari side. And it's Ruby getting his second podium in a row. Great showing by the Spaniard in the Alfa Romeo. Getting another podium in a row. Great stuff. as the Alfa Romeo team will definitely be happy for his performance. That is all for today's race at Suzuka. I thank you all for joining us, and if you haven't already joined us, join the Discord server, please do so. The link should be in the Twitch bio. As now see Felix one heading out on the podium. He will now spray the champagne and gets 25 points added to his name, with Lars and Ruby being in the background. So yeah, great race today by all drivers involved. Felix won, getting the win. A comfortable win for McLaren, and I'm sure there will be many smiles all over the McLaren team garage as now they pop the champagne. Lars and Felix won, spraying down each other. Great stuff today, and McLaren gets plus 25 points with Ferrari finishing in P2 and Ruby getting another podium. So yeah, that is all. Felix won, getting the huge advantage, 33 points actually added on as he won the sprint race as well. Lars getting 25 points, Ruby getting 19, Iwe getting 15 points, Gabri 14, Ultimate Beast 11, 9 for Louis Van Twist, Mihai gets 6, Blackbear gets 3, Thiak gets 2, and Blessing gets 1 somehow for the fastest lap, must have been in the sprint race. I'm not sure. Either way. Wait. So yeah, that is all. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I hope to see you all soon. Have a great one, everybody, and bye.